Well, the wife and I, we are purchasing this house back here up on 5 acres here in Northwest Florida. And this is a property that has been in my wife's father's family. And it was an inherited property that, due to various circumstances, he doesn't want the property and he was considering selling it. It's currently in really rough condition. And the wife and I, we decided we wanted to purchase it. We wanted to live out in the woods up here in North Florida, and we wanted to learn how to remodel a home and start our family. Today is one of the first days we're able to be inside of the house before we purchase it. We are fortunate due to the fact that the property is in my father-in-law's name that we can work on this property before we ever put it under a mortgage. So we're very fortunate in that regard. But that's not to say that we don't have a lot of work ahead of us. You can see behind me on the house, we had already put a roof on, as well as I have gotten the electrical taken care of, as well as had some trees removed. There's a lot of trees on this property, a lot of short needle pine that put the house in a little bit of danger when it comes to windstorms. So we had a tree company come out and remove, I believe, 5 trees. And so we're just getting it to a point where the home is financeable. But once it's financeable, we can put it under contract and we'll have a low mortgage while we await our first baby. At the time of recording here, we are actually expecting, we're about 2 weeks out from our first baby. So it's a busy time of our lives, and we're excited to be a part of this. So I'll show you guys around. This property is 5 acres, and there is a neighboring property to the north side of this that is also owned by my father-in-law, and he intends to keep that property. It's 8 acres with river frontage, creek frontage that currently serves as just like an outdoors kind of hangout area. This year I actually hunted on that property and harvested a buck off of it. So we'll take you inside, we'll show you what's going on. This is going to be our beginning stages, our first video on hopefully what is a entertaining and important series of remodeling a home and moving to the woods here in 2025. So as I mentioned, this is a 5 acre property. This is a brick house on concrete foundation. It is a 2-bed, 2-bath, and just a little over 1,000 square feet. And it's gonna need almost a full gut, as well as a full remodel. There is plenty of work to be done on this property, and this will be my first time ever doing a lot of this stuff, so it's going to be a big learning experience for me. I intend to do as much of the work as I can. The work that I haven't done so far, like I mentioned, is the roof, the electrical, and I will be getting the plumbing taken care of by a professional. And other than that, it's going to be on my wife and I to, strip and clean this property and make it into something that looks nice, so we can hopefully entertain lots of family gatherings as well as raise our babies here. So coming in through the front door, we see the living room, and we'll note right away that, like I said, someone was living in this home that was a part of the family loosely, and they did not take great care of this property. It was left in a bit of a mess, but that's okay. We are up to the challenge of cleaning and turning this into something that you can't quite see right now. We have big plans and big visions. So we're in the living room. Down there is some rooms and some bathrooms. In here is a dining room. You can see the backyard through the window. As you come in through here, we see the kitchen. This fridge, I believe, is getting taken. You can see the clean out from the previous people living here halted, and for the most part, everything in here is junk, minus a few things like this chest freezer. As a hunter and gardener, we're going to need a good chest freezer in addition to our fridge. So you can see There's quite a bit of removal that needs to be done, and we're not even halfway through the house. So as we come back through, you can see the other side of the dining room here. Right now we are on the east side of the property, east side of the house. Come back into the living room. We can go down this hall. In here is a small office. And we'll come into here. And we can see one of the bathrooms. We've done a little bit of cleaning out in here so far. We're going to do a full remodel in here. Most likely, I imagine that shower's going to go. But as far as paint, vanity, toilet, floor, we will be covering all that. In here is the guest room. This room has been recently cleaned out. There's still a lot left. You can see this place was rather gross. And there's the closet, and then there's attic space. So that's the second room. This is the main room. It's big, needs full clean out, paint, fan, carpet. We're gonna put LVP in. Over here, I assume, is where the dresser will probably go. In here's a bathroom. Pretty big bathroom, needs a full remodel. And then there is a closet, which is a pretty big closet. And that is the inside of the home. So as far as the current projects going on inside of the house, it is mostly trash removal. We will be getting a dumpster out in probably the next few weeks. But like I said, the baby's coming. So organizing that is just the challenge it is. It's not anything outlandish. It's just sorting that out with timing, cost of dumpsters. Try not to spend too much on a dumpster if I'm going to be busy delivering a baby with my wife. So basically right now I'm just doing trash removal, getting bags. Last week we got about, I believe, 20 bags of trash out of just the second room. So we have those sitting on the front patio here, and there is a actual trash removal service down by the road end of the driveway where I believe it's Wednesdays they come and collect it. So we had about 7 or 8 bags down there last week that are gone now. I intend to put another 7 or 8 bags down there to hopefully not find the limit. Maybe I should put a few more to see how many actually can be down there at a time. So yeah, mostly just clean out right now. So what I also want to show you is the exterior of the house, show you the backyard, the garden space, some of the workshops that we have on the property that are also going to need gutting and rehabbing, as well as some of the gardens we've already planted as well. And so we'll take you on that rest of that tour. So this is the front patio with the bags of junk on it. This is all going to be going down to the road for the next few weeks. You can see out into the front yard. It's a beautiful wooded front yard, nice front lawn, beautiful oak trees. You can see all the way down the driveway, and we are just really excited to watch this property turn into something that we've been dreaming about over the past couple of years. This has been a lot longer process than just the video happening today. We've been putting in a ton of work out here, but we're going to start documenting it now as we go. It's pretty windy today, so apologies if you hear a lot of wind noise, but now we're on the east side of the house. And down this way you can see there's a clear cut that runs along these power lines. We intend to potentially utilize this opening for garden and or potentially getting some sort of grass, maybe like bahia grass growing in this pasture to hopefully pasture some chickens or maybe some turkeys. Nothing's set in stone on that yet, but that is a plan of ours, either some sort of flower beds or grass for pastured poultry. You can see the house over here. As we walk this way, you can see our well house and the fence around our backyard. These trees right here are 3 of the trees that I didn't get cut down yet. I'm gonna probably cut these ones on my own, but they do serve a little bit of a threat to the house. Nothing serious, but with a windy storm like today, some of these pines, they make me nervous. So in the next couple weeks, I'll probably drop at least one of these. when we had the trees removed over there, as well as right here, we had lost a lot of the grass that was growing because they had the skid in the backyard. So we're gonna have to work on getting some grass back here in the backyard. But now you can see the north side of the property before we hit our property line. You can see some of the debris from the logs of the trees. As you come this way, there is a metal building which could serve as many things for us, but there's also a greenhouse as well as a chicken coop that was back here from the previous owners, and they did leave quite a bit of a mess. So this past week we actually cleaned up a lot of this. There was much more debris, but the beautiful thing is electrical as well as water has already been run. We're going to need to work on it to make sure it gets back into operating condition, but there's a beautiful greenhouse in here. As gardeners, this will serve us greatly over the course of our lives. So I intend to completely update this, so expect to see a video on that. Over here is another project that we'll have. This will be where our chickens will be. At our current spot, we have a very, very, very small backyard, and we have we have 8 chickens now. So with a beautiful area like this where it's covered and there's already the bones of what could be a really great chicken coop, we plan to have dozens of chickens. You can see, I mean, it's ready to go. It's ugly right now, but with a little bit of work, we'll make a video of updating that as well, and that'll be fun to do. This past year, we actually learned that this is a peach tree. There's 2 peach trees here. So right now they're fruiting, and it did set fruit last year, but I didn't get any to finish that I could eat. Technically, this is the backyard, and right now we're actually on the north edge of the property. So just behind the coop here is the fence line for the neighboring property where we do our hunting and shooting and stuff. So now I'm going to show you guys the outside of the workshop number 1. The wind's moving us. I'll show you around the outside of workshop number 1. So one of the other projects we have is this here workshop. This will be probably where my wife runs her flower business out of. She's a florist, and the dimensions, I believe, are about 20 by 32 or something like that. And this is a big space. This is going to be essential for working on projects, as well as just having a cool place to go outside of just the house. So this is something we're really excited. It's full of crap right now, so I won't show you the inside, but when we start cleaning it out, I'll show you guys that process. So behind me here is what served as my wife's grandfather's workshop. It's full of tools. It's full of really cool old stuff, antiques. And for us in the long term, we're considering of maybe turning this into some sort of like mother-in-law suite, you know, an ADU, additional dwelling unit, something to where maybe we can have additional people living here, whether we're collecting some sort of rent from them, or for family when they visit, or an Airbnb, something to serve as a place for someone to sleep in. So down the road, this will probably be another one of those things where we're going to be remodeling it, but it's just not in the cards quite yet. But as far as cleaning it out, that'll be a part of this initial push to getting the houses and the overall property looking better. We're actually seated at the top of a hill. We're probably one of the highest points actually in this area, and at the bottom of the hill is a beautiful lake, and on that lake, in that lake, is plenty of fish. For me, I'm looking forward to my son growing up and being able to learn how to fish down there, and taking my nephews down there fishing, and fishing down there with my dad, and going down there with kayaks and stuff like that. So we'll show you the view of that here in just a sec. So here's the view of the lake. I love this view. Just the other day, we were out here around nighttime, and down there we saw 6 deer running. So we have access to this lake, and man, like I said, we really look forward to spending time down here. Apparently there's been beekeepers that have been coming up here. As far as I know, just this one right here has bees in it. but this is something that we're very interested in. So we will most likely in the start find someone that wants to have nests up here or hives. We don't know anything about it, so excuse me for probably saying dumb stuff, but we're gonna hopefully meet someone that knows what they're doing if they want to keep some hives up here in exchange for us getting them some honey. I think that'll be a really cool start. Let's actually show you if there's any bees in here. Oh yeah, there's bees flying around in the back. I'm not a bee guy myself, so I'm gonna give them their distance. I'm sure they're fine. Well, thank you guys for watching. This is where I'm gonna stop today. I'm gonna get some bags of trash pulled out of the property, some extra bags. I'm gonna get some trash bags pulled down to the road. And in the next upcoming videos, I'm sure you'll be seeing us as we continue gutting out this house, getting it ready to begin the remodel process. And thank you guys for watching. So we'll see you guys. Nice. I saw that.
We need that. Okay, I want to get a picture. You're